Hey friends, I'm Mel. Welcome to my kitchen. Do you have a bunch of picky eaters at your house? Or maybe your kids just turn up their nose at your favorite casseroles? Well, today I'm sharing some quick, easy, and fun recipes. Some of them are so easy that your kids can even make them all by themselves. And along those same lines, we are going to start out today's video with a very special friend of mine sharing his scorpion Gouda grilled cheese. It's delicious. You're going to love it. Have a special treat today. I've got Reed Lawson in the kitchen with me. Reed is a new friend that I've just met. His mom and I have known each other for a lot of years. She does my hair, but Reed's been watching for a long time and he's become quite the chef, and he's made a lot of the recipes here. And not only that, he watches a lot of other YouTubers as well, and he is going to show you some of his favorite recipes today. And I can't wait to see what Reed makes for us. Thanks for being here, Reed.
You're welcome. Alright, so this is my favorite cheese. It's scorpion pepper Gouda. I don't like American cheese, so I have tried so many different cheeses. And this is my favorite one. We went to Aldi's one day, and I love Gouda on my grilled cheese. And this has been amazing.
And that's a big grater, so Reed's being real careful. And Reed is just 11 years old. I don't think I told you guys that. And he's been doing a lot of cooking. His mom has taught him well and shown him a lot of things. And he tries a lot of new things on his own.
So now we're putting butter on our sourdough, which this sourdough is amazing. Aldi's has this kind of sourdough bread in way different forms. I prefer to use melted butter and then just brush it on with the brush. The butter needs to go on the outside. So like maybe about that much butter to where you can see the butter, not really.
Yes. And you'll notice Reed, he came so prepared. He brought like all his own tools because everybody knows the cook's kitchen is the cook's kitchen. You like to use what you know how to use, right?
Yeah, your own pans. Like this pan I've used for like everything. It's probably the best pan because I've used it for everything, no scratches or stains or anything on it. Just flick the bread down and then you add your cheese, the scorpion Gouda. So you can use any cheese. This is my favorite.
Or any bread. Your sister, she's not a fan of the sourdough.
Yes, so I usually just use plain old white Wonder Bread. You would just load the cheese on there because it'll all melt eventually.
And I did try a bite of this cheese. It's very soft. It tastes really good. It was a little hot, but not too hot. I could handle it.
So like maybe about that much cheese.
That looks perfect.
And then my secret ingredient, garlic powder. You just add a little bit on there. You don't just dump it on there.
I bet that really tastes good with the hot. That may help kind of flavor it and cool it just a little.
Well, I like just combining flavors together. So maybe about that much. You don't dump it, but you don't just sprinkle it. I think you should have your pan maybe about like 5 or medium heat or something like that. Because you don't want it too hot, but it doesn't need to just be barely cooking. And this is the spatula I always use. This is my favorite spatula.
You know you're becoming a grown-up when you have a favorite spatula in a favorite grocery store.
Yes.
Did you get these things for Christmas?
Yes, I got these for Christmas last year.
I think that's a wonderful Christmas gift.
It is. I've used it a lot over the past year or two.
Look here. You know you're at the right heat.
The cheese is, like the cheese that fell off is not burning, but it is melting.
But it's sizzling. You ever heard people putting mayonnaise on the outside of their buns?
So I've done that before, and I liked it for a while, and then I eventually did it over time. It just doesn't brown as much, and it doesn't have that buttery, savory taste that you know as grilled cheese.
I feel the same way.
Alright, so you just check it every so often. I don't really set a specific time. I just wait.
Okay, let's see under it.
Alright, let's see if it's cooked. No, it's still needs just a little
Not
bit
ready
longer.
yet.
You can see the butter is starting to brown, but I just look every so often. So I've learned over time that when the grilled cheese starts to flatten down and you see the cheese coming off the side, that it's about time to flip. And I was right. Perfect brown.
It is perfect.
If you can hear the little crunchiness on the top, and if you if it's done. I think it's done now because you can see the cheese is fully melted. And I was right. Perfect. Round, even brown all the way across. So now we gotta do the cheese pull test. Very crispy. You just cut into it. Let's do the cheese pull. See if it's good.
Let's see it.
Oh, this time it did not pull, but
Oh, we'll have to pull the next one.
as you can see, cheese is fully melted. You can't really see the garlic powder at all. You can't see any of the red flakes inside the scorpion pepper Gouda. Just looks like a regular old grilled cheese. Once you take a bite of it, it will blow your mind.
All right, let's
try it.
Cheers. I hear the crunch.
Very crunchy. Very good. You can taste the garlic powder. You can't really taste the spice yet. But
I love it. That
good.
cheese is very cheesy.
Yeah, it's very
gooey.
soft.
It's gooey. It's very soft, and I do taste the garlic. Look, there's the cheese stretch.
Ah.
There's the juice that you're looking for.
That's good. Reed, this is great. You just make this up all on your own, right?
Yeah, I just made this grilled cheese all the way.
It's better than Babish. Do you watch Babish? Binging with Babish? You have to look him up on YouTube. He'll break the bank. Your mom will spend so much money at Aldi.
Yeah, but this is amazing.
This is great.
Very crispy.
Not only do I have a special guest in today's video, it's also a collab with my friend Tiffany from Small Town 6. We're both sharing some kid-friendly meals today that will please the whole family. I'll have her video linked down in my description box, so when you're done here, be sure to go check Tiffany out and let her know that I sent you. You're going to love her channel. She has lots of food content, a What's for Dinner video every week, big grocery hauls. She does a lot of bargain shopping. Y'all are going to enjoy her channel so much, and she's just an all-around sweet gal, one of the nicest folks I've ever met. So be sure and check her out when you're done here. I can't wait to see what her and her kids have come up with for today. So now let's get back to Reed in the kitchen. He's got one more recipe today, and it is 5-ingredient peanut butter energy bites, and it's a good one too.
So I'm putting in 2 tablespoons of honey.
Perfect.
Adding in 2/3 cup of peanut butter. So one day my mom gave me her phone and I was looking on Pinterest and I ended up finding these and we made them one day. And now this is the staple in our house. We make them all the time.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're adding in 1 cup of oats, which is just oats.
The quick cooking kind?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just regular old oats.
Good deal.
Specifically old-fashioned ones. Now we're gonna add in 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, specifically white chocolate chips, because they're way better than other chocolate chips.
Yeah. This recipe said some other kind of chip, but you can just put whatever you like in there, couldn't you?
Yeah, white chocolate ones taste the best. We've used all kinds of different ones. Alright, so now we're adding 1/2 cup of flaxseed. Before this, I have never known what flaxseed even was. I've never heard of it until we started making these, and it's pretty good in here.
Can you really taste it, or
No,
do you
it's
just
just
feel
kinda
like it's a
there.
filler?
I think it's just kind of there to do something, I guess.
Yeah, I bet it's good for you.
Probably is. So
Okay.
now we're mixing it before we form balls with it, and it's pretty tough whenever you first start mixing it, but you'll get used to it. The peanut butter is what makes it pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
But you gotta make sure that nothing's on the sides, like the oats sticking to the sides.
Just takes elbow grease and
Yeah.
that's all. Have you ever used chunky peanut butter in it?
No, but I would actually like to do that because I prefer chunky peanut butter over smooth peanut. I would make these for breakfast because they're pretty good breakfast. You can eat like 4 or 5 of these in the morning, and they're pretty filling. Yeah, make them after dinner, and then put them in the fridge overnight.
And then you're good to go for the next day.
Yeah.
Breakfast after school. This is something Patrick would love.
About that big. Dump it into your hand, and then you just roll it into a ball like you would Play-Doh or something.
That's a good analogy. I know about Play-Doh.
Yeah. And while you're making these, you could just eat some of the chocolate chips or lick the peanut butter off the spoon maybe or something.
Right. How long does one batch of this usually last at your house?
4 or 5 days maybe. Yeah, about an entire school week.
Really?
So we can eat these for breakfast almost every morning.
So it's mainly you and your sister Sadie that eat this one batch and it lasts the whole week?
Yeah, it lasts about the entire week.
Well, that's pretty good. You're showing restraint.
They make a lot. And then once you get done eating them, you just put them back in the fridge and then you can continue eating them throughout the week.
Okay, so you not only do you chill them, you store them in the refrigerator all the time.
Yeah, they have to be in the fridge.
All right. And surprisingly, they're not sticky. They don't stick together on you.
Yeah, you'd think since they have peanut butter and honey, they would be sticky. But whenever you start rolling them, it's not as sticky as you would think it would be.
I had to get my hands in here and try this for myself, and I told you they are not sticky. And look, they're not sticky. There's nothing on my hands at all. But Reed was saying this is easier to make these ahead of time. Grab them in the morning. It's easier than making a bowl of oatmeal or even making a bowl of cereal. So I can't wait to get these in the fridge and get them cooled a little bit. And apparently I didn't take any footage of us eating these energy bites, but we ate on them all day. We ate them all. But I did have a house full of us here when Reed was filming. So those made a nice snack for us, and I can't wait to make those again for my own family. And now I'm going to share with you my Taco Bell Mexican pizza. I know that you are going to love it. Starting tonight with browning a pound of hamburger meat, and we're going to turn that into some taco meat, and we're going to turn that into a taco pizza. This is all stuff that I had on hand, so we'll get that cleaned out and used up first. And yeah, this is something that pleases everybody. I love this packaged pizza crust from Walmart. It is so easy to use. All you do is mix the hot water with it just until it gets combined. And if you need to, you can put a little bit of flour with this if it is too sticky, but this one was perfect. Then I'm just going to put about a tablespoon of vegetable oil on it and coat it. I'm going to cover it and let it set just a few minutes while I finish off my taco meat. I'm going to do something a little bit different with my taco meat tonight. I've drained it and I'm going to put in the regular seasoning, but I'm putting in 8 ounces of tomato sauce instead of water. I saw someone that I follow on Instagram do this in a story. I don't remember who it was, but this is a game changer. This really made my taco meat so very flavorful. Love that. Now I've just got my pizza pan sprayed with a little nonstick spray, and I'm just patting and spreading out my pizza crust. And then I'm going to poke it with a fork all over it, and I am going to pre-bake this at 475 degrees just for about 5 minutes. And I'm just going to build my own little Mexican pizza here. I like to start with the base of refried beans. Then I'm going to put down some of my taco meat. Just going to make sure I try to get everything spread out pretty close to the edge of this crust. I like to come on and drizzle just a little bit of taco sauce and kind of spread that in some. I think that really adds to the flavor and gives it just a little something extra. Then I had about 3 different cheeses here that I was just trying to use up. I had some pepper jack and some Colby jack. And then I just came back over the top with mozzarella. And I'm going to bake this up now for 10 more minutes. And you can see it's just perfectly done. Then you come on with whatever toppings you like. And I like to fix mine up like a big taco with lots of crunchy iceberg lettuce, some fresh salsa or tomatoes. And then if you want olives or mushrooms or just anything that you want on a pizza or a taco, you can load it up. I just put a big dollop of sour cream on mine. I just cut it up with a pizza cutter just like I would a pizza and serve it up by the slice. This was so yummy, and this is such a customizable treat. You can do this with regular pizza ingredients, you can do this with barbecue, you can do it with sloppy joe, taco. Just let your mind go crazy with ideas for this. Whatever your kids like, put it on here. And this is something that they can have a hand in making with the crust and spreading these ingredients. and I just know they're going to love it. Now I've got some patatzes, as my kids have now called these, little tater tot pizzas, and these are so fun. Going to start by preheating your oven to 425 degrees, and I am spraying just a regular size muffin pan, but you can definitely do these in the mini versions if you want to. In the regular size pans, I put 5 tater tots in each cup. If you're using a mini size pan, you just want to put 3. I am going to bake these up for 10 minutes, then pull them back out of the oven. And now we're going to form our little cups. And if you have a mini muffin pan, a shot glass, or one of these little pastry cup makers works perfect, but I always come back to this bottle of vanilla because it fits perfectly down inside the regular muffin cups, and you don't want a lot of potato between the pan and the potato, so it'll get nice and crispy. Then you're just going to put a little bit of pizza sauce in each one of these. Of course, you got to have cheese. I had a good mozzarella blend here that I was just putting in each of my cups. And then again, the fun part is the toppings. I just went with pepperonis. That was what I had on hand. This is wonderful with breakfast sausage, with onions, olives, mushrooms. Again, anything that you would like on a pizza, you put in here. I always like to finish mine up with just a sprinkle of Italian seasoning for a little extra flavor and color. I think it makes it so pretty. Gonna bake them up for 15 more minutes. Then you definitely need to let these cool for about 5 minutes once you pull them back out before you try to remove them from the pan. These are so good and gooey and delicious. They're a lot like the little loaded potato bites that I make with the cheese and bacon, but this is so good with the pizza. Look at this cheese stretch here. These are so yummy. These are perfect to serve as an appetizer for tailgating, just snacks, or make them big like I did and use them as a main dish in a meal. I know everybody at your house will go crazy over these like we did here. I think we've all struggled at some point with finding foods that our kids will eat, but certainly if we let them have a hand in making it, they're a lot more likely to try it and maybe find some new things they like. Had a great time collaborating with Tiffany today. I sure enjoyed seeing everything that they made. Be sure and check her video out when you're done here. And a special thank you to Reed for coming and cooking for me over his Christmas break from school. Reed, you're a great cook, and I really appreciate your support here. And tell me in the comments what's something that you always made for your picky eaters. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you Sunday. Until then, I send you love from my kitchen.